name is James Davis, and I'd like to speak to y'all today about an epidemic facing America. Did y'all know that according to the CDC, 36% of adults and 17% of children are technically considered obese by all health standards? What I propose is what many refer to as a fat tax. This would be a tax implemented on foods high in sugar, fat, or salt. Basically, anything deemed unnecessary for a healthy diet. There are many economic and health benefits to such a tax, as well as numerous concerns. The real work, however, is going to be in the implementation of such a tax. Going over the basics of a tax like this might help convince people that yes, we need it, or no, we don't, and it's not necessary for America today. According to a Harvard public health study, obesity cost an estimated $190 billion in 2005. That was 8 years ago, and the costs have done nothing but climb. The costs are related to direct and indirect costs. Direct costs are costs such as medical bills, treatments, and medications associated with being obese or just generally unhealthy. Indirect costs are things such as lost wages and lost production output at businesses for people having to miss work from the diseases and illnesses that are related to being unhealthy and obese. Costs could increase, according to Harvard, as much as $48 to $66 billion a year up until 2030, unless the problem is curbed. Such a tax would actually help out by allowing the government to maybe subsidize healthier food, to help out those that are not as economically well off, that have always claimed that healthy food is too expensive for them to afford on a daily basis. The implementation of such a tax is going to be where the real legwork comes in. Deciding on a tax rate, of course, is going to be a big point. According to Alexandria Sifferlin in a Times article in 2012, a 20% tax on all food deemed unhealthy would have a very positive impact and help curb the obesity epidemic in America today. Countries such as Denmark, Hungary, and France already have these taxes in place on certain foods, such as sugary drinks, foods high in salt, and foods high in fat. Another very main thing is going to be convincing the public that such a tax is needed. Nobody wants to be taxed any more than they already are. Most things in our lives are already taxed. However, this tax will not be all-encompassing. It will only hurt and affect the people that are buying unhealthy foods. It will only be placed on unhealthy foods and not just everything in general. Therefore, it would affect only certain parts of the population. There are many benefits to such a tax. The health benefits would, of course, be helping curb the obesity epidemic. According to the Mayo Clinic, diseases and many health concerns are related to obesity, such as stroke, heart disease, diabetes, and that's just a few. There are also economic benefits to such a tax. It would, of course, increase government revenue, which would help fill in gaps in other programs, as well as help out and make it to where the government could probably promote healthy living within the public. It also means that if the obesity epidemic can be curbed, that less obese people tends to equal lower healthcare costs. With every benefit, though, there are, of course, a couple cons. According to balancedpolitics.org, one of the main cons, other than it being another tax, would be that it might punish small businesses that sell unhealthy foods, like mom and pop stores that make their own candy, or any business that sells food that is generally, unhealthy or related to soul food or anything of that nature. In conclusion, the tax is not wanted, but I think many Americans can realize that it is needed. The economic and health benefits are great. The implementation of such a tax is, of course, going to be work. And there are, of course, going to be concerns brought up by people throughout. The tax, though, I believe, is very needed. The epidemic gripping America right now is costing money and costing lives. Thank you.